I was
Mm.
also thinking about this. Worlds is in a week, right?
Yep.
Worlds is going to be over, and there's still going to be a few days left in July. Is this one of the
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
most earliest years for World Championships in recent memory?
Yeah. It's really early because then if you look at
Yeah,
the whole calendar and you go post World Championships, there's 4 Diamond Leagues left.
yeah.
No, 5
And then
Diamond Leagues left, including
you have world.
Monaco. Monaco hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
And then
yeah. It's
continental or Commonwealth Games, European Championships, all that stuff. There's
because I
gonna
was thinking
be
about it's going to be weird,
you
right?
know what there's gonna be? You know what there's gonna be a lot of time for?
What?
Redemption. You're gonna be hearing about redemption a lot. Oh, they lost World Championships, but they did the Commonwealth Euro double, or they won the Diamond League final in Monaco. Some people are going to completely end their season in Eugene, and that's going to be it. And some people, it's just going to be a jumping off point for the rest of the season. It's going to be very strange.
Yeah, I was thinking it's going to be strange in other ways too. Like, how motivated will some athletes be who coming off of
Yeah.
like winning worlds? Like they're gonna win worlds and then be like, all right, now I can shut it down and I don't need to win anything anymore. I'm kind of worried about will there be like drama or competition or just like races that
Yeah.
matter. Like when we watch eventual like an end of August, early September race, winning or losing, at the end of the day, we'll be like, well, the guy who got fourth is the world champion, so who cares? He wasn't trying
Yeah.
because he won worlds a month ago.
Hmm.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
weird.
Well, let's look at last year. Let's just take men's 1500, for example. Jakob finally beats Chariot, wins Olympic gold, goes to pre, beats Chariot, but then Chariot gets him in the Diamond League final, and that's it. You had 2 races post Olympics. You can kind of say this about the women's 100 too. There was a nice little postscript post the Olympics. This is going to be a whole nother chapter or chapters post
Yeah,
World Championships. It's not just going to be one race or 2 races. It's going to go on for a little bit. Now, some people might just run the one and then shut it down, but if you're planning on running the Diamond League final, that's September 7th and 8th in Zurich. September.
I
So
know.
your season, if you're the say you're the 100-meter champion, men's 100-meter champion, that's July 16th. Women's 100-meter champion, that's July 17th. And then the Diamond League final isn't until the beginning of
A few
September.
months later.
I have no
Yeah,
idea how that's going to go. I have no idea how much people are going to emphasize that or care about that. Again, the people who don't do well are going to be motivated. People who go out early, or the people who have already been knocked out, a lot of American athletes who didn't make the team, there's a source of
yeah,
motivation there. But yeah, how pumped is Shelly Ann Fraser Price going to be on September 7th? Right, that mid distance group on the men's and women's side. How excited are they going to be on August 10th in Monaco for fast times? I think Monaco, and we'll obviously have plenty of time to talk about this later. I think it might help Monaco just in terms of a pursuit of records because I think you just see a lot of people take huge swings. Say we're going for the world record, and if it doesn't work out, who cares? Because
yeah,
we've already had the most important part of our season. But then you have Europeans in there, which a lot of athletes care about, and you have Commonwealth there, which a lot of athletes care about. So there's championships sprinkled in there as well too. But it kind of even the championships being early makes the season longer in a way.
yeah. My main thing is we're gonna want to talk about who is the best runner of the year, right?
Yeah.
Are we gonna have a lot of best runner of the years who did not win worlds, or are we just gonna
Is it a
call it
prerequisite?
autumn?
How much?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. How much
but
are
it
we
feels
gonna
like the world's just gonna feel like,
emphasize
oh,
that?
that was like a mid-season tournament race. Like it's
Yeah.
not the true champion because oh, you won a random race, albeit the most important race
Mhm.
in July, but you also were undefeated in the Diamond League circuit and
Yeah.
won the Commonwealth and European championships. It's like, okay, were you
Yeah.
really the number two runner in the world, or are you actually number one and just had one bad race? So,
Well, I think you're making an argument for the importance of rankings, someone to objectively look at it from a distance. So I guess I will take that responsibility on my shoulders, Gordon, and I will make sure to rank people throughout the rest of the summer. I'm not just going to stop after World Championships. I think it obviously gets weighed the heaviest by
Yeah.
a large amount, but is it possible for someone to be the number one ranked runner at the end of the year who didn't win Worlds? I think so. Is it possible for that person to win Athlete of the Year? I don't think so, because I think there's going to be enough candidates of people who won Worlds who went on to have good postseasons. I'm more wondering who's going to run and for how long after this is
Yeah.
over, because that is very early.
But are like you gonna be a professional world champion runner and just gonna be like, I'm done? We need I
I
mean,
would.
what are we gonna do?
You
They're gonna
know
not
what's
run for
fun?
like
Vacations.
yeah, like they're gonna do nothing in August, September, October, November, December, probably nothing January, and they're gonna open up February 1st, 2023. That seems ridiculous.
If that, let's hold on. Let's dial it back. It's another championship year. Start a little later, maybe April, mid-April. Little tune up. I think I think they'll run something because the season is so long, and especially if you're gold medalist, people are going to want you. People are going to pay for you to be at their meet, but it's not going to be the same as before. Where all right, I can squeeze another couple weeks out of this. I've already gotten this far. You know what's interesting? It's like just the complete opposite of Doha. The last time it was World Championships, where everything was done before the World Championships. It was remember completely
Yeah,
wrapped. Diamond League berths were wild card berths were handed out for that, and I honestly, I think
like
you
it.
and I agreed at the time. I like that better because the
Yeah,
championship should be at the end of the
final
season.
race.
Thought it was a bit weird to go from Doha directly to Madison, Wisconsin for a cross country meet. That was kind of strange. Or to Terre Haute, Indiana. That was a little weird. Or to be covering the Chicago, or was it? No, it was Berlin. It was Berlin.
Berlin
No,
Marathon.
Berlin
Yeah,
and Chicago. Both of them. Yeah. Michaela ran 2:01:41 when Lincoln and I were in Doha. That was a little weird. But in total, it felt good to have the whole season over before the World Championships because it's the culminating event. It should be at the end of the season, not in the middle of the season.
yeah. Okay, last question on this topic before we go over some of the news that kind of broke right before the podcast. Perfectly. Thank you for news happening before 9 a.m. as
Yes.
opposed to after, especially on a Friday. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, let's take all the protect no the projected world champions are going to happen a week from now at all the track
Hmm.
events from the 100 to the
Yeah.
10K. Maybe from the 100 to the 5K. Let's remove the 10K. No, you can include the 10K because they're really 5K runners too. Take all the champions. What will be the average number of races that all the world
Mm.
champions run post worlds? Track races.
All right. I'm looking at the Diamond League schedule. Obviously, there's some continental tours in there as well, correct?
Yep.
There's some cha- championships. Excuse me.
Yep.
I'm going to be bullish. I'm going to say 3.5.
3.5. That's what you send the over under at?
Yeah. What do you think?
I hope it's over that because that'll be great seeing them all at least 4 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm not gonna be pessimistic. I was gonna be like set the over under at like 2
Well, yeah.
and like be like or 2.1 and be like, all right, they're only gonna all run 1 to 2 races. But now that I think
Yeah.
about it, you're gonna have a lot of swag after winning a title. You're gonna be like wanting to chase some appearance fees. You're gonna you're gonna want to speed up as opposed to slow down. So we might actually see a lot more world champions racing than we think. So I'm willing to go with you. I think 3.5 probably most people will run 4 times.
Do you know what group I think would go under that, though?
Ooh, what group?
Americans. So they're not
Okay.
running Euros. They're not
Yep.
running Commonwealth. And the
Yep.
entirety of the schedule shifts to Europe. Now, everybody's going to run Monaco given the opportunity. If you get invited to Monaco, I think you're going to show up.
Yeah.
But you have a Diamond League in Poland on August 6th. So that's the first one post Worlds. Then you have Monaco August 10th. Then Lausanne is August 26th. Brussels September 2nd, and then Zurich September 7th and 8th. That's a
Fine time.
long time. Yeah, to go back and I said 4 earlier, I guess it's
Yeah.
5. That's a long time to continue competing, especially if you're based in the States. Now, maybe you shut it down for a little bit. Maybe you skip those first 2 and then make a run at those final couple. Sure, I'll believe that. But in general, I think Americans are going to race less frequently because there's not going to be that pressure to compete for their country like there is for athletes in other parts of the world. But
Cool.
I also could see them, if Americans win a lot of gold, them getting a big payday to show up in Monaco and obviously wanting to show up in. I mean, you want to win the Diamond League final, right?
Yeah, you
Here's
get
the
a
thing.
buy, right?
Well, right, but and here's this a strategic thing, I guess, that could factor in. If you're in an event where your country gets the world championship gold buy, then you know the Diamond League buy is off. So then that removes
That's true.
that incentive. But if you don't, so say for example, men's high hurdles, Hansel Parchment gets the win in Eugene. If I'm a US man, I'm making sure I'm doing my best to get there. Same thing in the 100, any of these events, women's high hurdles, any of these stacked events. I'm making sure I'm trying to get that buy because that's one thing we've learned how valuable that is. Like Christian Coleman, that was incredibly valuable for him to have the buy. Lyles, it ultimately didn't matter, but I'm sure he appreciated having it. Same thing with Grant Holloway, and on and on and on and on. Nia Ali, like the buy is important. You want to avoid that pressure of having to be top 3, and next year is going to be another real competitive meet. Trying to get there. Doesn't matter going as much going to the Olympics, and you're thinking about 2 years in advance, but in any event,